On this week's episode, Disney releasing its massive slate of projects from Star Wars to Marvel and everything in between. Harrison Ford reuniting with a long-lost friend. Why does he get so emotional? Local casting calls and a review of the live-action version of Pinocchio.
All right, yeah, because we cannot tell, no lie, here on the Hub on Hollywood, James.
Let's get to it. All right, Jamie, this is going to be a jam-packed episode just because we have so many things that have been thrown at us by Disney. Oh my goodness.
It's one of the best days of the year, honestly.
Yeah.
When they come out with everything over at D23.
Which is basically like the Comic-Con of Disney projects.
Right, including Marvel, including Star Wars, because Disney owns everything now.
Everything.
They own your childhood, they own your future, Disney owns everything. But some really exciting stuff coming out.
Absolutely. So let's just start with, we'll get to some of the big heavy hitters, but one of the big heavy hitters that we mentioned with Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, the fifth and final Indiana Jones movie was talked about. We saw Harrison Ford coming out with the directors and the producers and the makers of this latest film. And this video of Harrison addressing the crowd, the audience, it has gone viral because Harrison, I think he plays it, he keeps things pretty private and close to the vest, but he nearly breaks down
in tears
talking about it and just saying how this story is one of a human story. It's very emotional, and it was very interesting to see him let his guard down. Of course, he's been Indiana Jones for decades. Yeah,
he tries to be all tough and cranky, but I've always known that he's a big old softy on the inside. And like you were saying, he was teary-eyed, his voice was wavering, and like you said, he was talking about this being a very human story, but he also said, the movie is going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True Harrison Ford nature, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're very, very excited about this one. Now, I've been in love with Harrison Ford my entire life, close to my entire life. So seeing him like that was just, I got teary-eyed too. I'm like, it's okay, Harrison. I'm here for you. It's okay. But the last Indiana Jones film didn't do so well, James. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And honestly, my husband almost divorced me after that movie because I would not stop railing on and on and on about how horrible it was, how terrible it was, all of the failures of that movie. I don't even know if he liked it because I wouldn't let him get a word in edgewise. And I was going for like a week straight. I might have divorced me. But, I love Harrison Ford so much that, it hurts me to see them not do justice to this character, which I think is like one of his best performances. It's one of the characters that embodies him the most. So the Crystal Skull was 14 years ago.
Wow.
I'm thinking that they're hoping that fans have forgotten it.
I certainly have.
This one hasn't. But, just seeing Harrison crying the way that he was and emotional the way he was and talking about them getting back to this being a human story and the characters and, I'm having a spark of hope again. And this is definitely the last time he's going to embody this character. He said, I'm not falling down for you people anymore, which I thought was really funny too. So I don't know. I have a spark of hope for it. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like because this is his last movie, I hope, whenever you see like the last Indiana Jones movie, like Hollywood, Disney, or you have all these amazing writers. Like, who the good writers are, who the bad writers are, who the good producers are, who the bad producers are. Like, again, I'm not in the movie business, but how hard is it to get the right people to put a good story together? Because like you said, the last movie, it was just all over the place, and it was just, it felt like it didn't do. Yeah, the CGI work was bad, and the story, nothing really worked for me. And so I'm thinking like, okay, hopefully this time around they know it's Harrison's last movie, his last time donning the fedora. And so hopefully they put everybody in place who is able to make a very good, as he said, a human story created for him. And so hopefully he leaves this role on a very high note, and hopefully, because
You tell him.
Yeah, because he was emotional, so maybe he is and does truly believe this is a movie that will, land on its feet and people will enjoy it and love and remember this character. And so, fingers crossed. That's the best. That's the best movie that we can do for our, our hope for this, for how good this movie is. But speaking about how emotional and just how big of a event D23 has been, he was reunited with one of his previous Indiana Jones co-stars, Ke Quan, who played I'm forgetting his name in the
he was Short Round.
Short Round, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so Ke Quan, he came back, of course, in the global success of Everything Everywhere All at Once. There's a very beautiful moment where you see Harrison and Ke Quan reunited, hugging each other, and you can see how happy both are to be there with each other.
And he's having a great time. Not only Ke Quan, here with Harrison Ford at the Indiana Jones panel, but he also popped up at Loki season 2 because he apparently secretly has joined the cast of Loki season 2. Yeah. So that was very exciting as well. We're very happy for him to have a resurgence of his career here because we loved him and his characters so much.
Yeah, he's going through a Ke Quanaissance.
There we go! Yes! Thank you!
Nailed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we are looking forward to Indiana Jones, the 5th movie and final one for Mr. Harrison Ford. And hopefully they, obviously they own the IP, so they could do, God knows
whatever
what with
want.
it down in the future. But hopefully this is a high note for the character.
And that
but
they do
speaking
justice.
about Loki Season 2, not only did we get details about that, but we got details about so many other Marvel projects, including one that I am most excited for, that being Secret Invasion. We got a trailer for that.
Yeah, it was Nick Fury in the trailer being interrogated. They want to know why he wasn't on Earth for as long as he was, and he says something along the lines of, "I'm the only one that stands between them and what they really want." And so I thought that was really intriguing. Samuel L. Jackson, he acts his heart out. He puts everything into it. So that'll be interesting to see because we haven't had a big Nick Fury, plot, I feel like, in a while in the MCU.
Yeah, this is giving me Captain America, Winter Soldier vibes. Like kind of espionage, very secretive. Who's your ally? Who's your enemy? And so, this is following a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years. And so it's going to be interesting to see who in previous movies, Marvel movies, has been a Skrull the entire time, or somebody who may have capture somebody and put them in a closet and taken over their identity. And so that's going to be very cool. And speaking about Don Cheadle, we also have more details about Armor Wars. This will be a series that Cheadle will be reprising his role as Rhodey. That's really cool. Daredevil, Born Again, Charlie Cox, he's reprising his role from the Netflix version of the MCU over here to Disney+.
Also, a first look at Echo, the spin-off from Hawkeye, from the Hawkeye series. So we're getting a look at Echo and her show. Anything else from the MCU? Because there's a ton from the Star Wars universe also.
Oh, yeah. So we do have officially Fantastic Four has been confirmed. That's right. And that the director of WandaVision will be taking care of that. Will be manning the reins for that. Also, Thunderbolts. This is going to be like an Avengers alternative, a ragtag team that was announced. Like who's going to be actually in that? And so we have Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's playing Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. David Harbour from Stranger Things, of course, and also from Black Widow. He's reprising his role as Red Guardian. Hannah John Kamen is reprising her role as Ghost from the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, which is a very good movie. I really do love the Ant-Man series so far. We have John Walker coming back as or U.S. agent, being played by Wyatt Russell. Sebastian Stan, a.k.a. Bucky, is also reprising his role. And then we have Taskmaster coming up, as well as Yelena Belova, who is played by Florence Pugh. And so a ragtag team of like an alternative Avengers situation. So that should be pretty fun. Should be pretty cool.
And the big one, Black Panther. We've got exclusive Wakanda Forever footage. Wakanda is at its lowest point after the death of T'Challa. Their stocks of vibranium appear to have been a target. So it's very interesting, and I feel like Black Panther has always been grounded. And so we're starting to see tidbits of the plot that is going to be in this incredible show. It's also going to be very emotional because we did lose Chadwick Boseman, and it's not clear how they're going to continue that franchise. But I think it's in very safe hands with the directors, the producers, the actors. They're all a very tight-knit family. So, and parts of Black Panther Wakanda Forever were filmed here in Massachusetts. Were filmed in Worcester. So very, very excited about that one.
So let's jump into the Star Wars universe. And one thing that I actually wasn't really excited for or looking forward to, but now has definitely caught my attention and caught my eye, is Andor. This is the rise of the rebellion pre-Rogue One. Rogue One was a really good movie. I was actually surprised with how good of a movie it was. I love the look of it, the characters that were in it, the lack of Jedi, and so you just see everything from the ground level, from the normal everyday person, and again the rise of the rebel force. We have Diego Luna reprising his role as Andor, and a great cast. We have Forrest Whitaker coming back as well, and the effects from what we've seen from the trailer are incredible. This looks like a movie, and I love that this is kind of different from, like, say, the Book of Boba, and I would say The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian looks great, but I will say that there are some scenes where it looks very confined because they are filming and shooting in that very small kind of room where the background is all like LED screens, and so it's a small space to work in, whereas opposed with Andor, it looks like they're doing a lot of shooting outside in real-world places. Again, incredible, looks beautiful, and really looking forward.
It's promising to be a spy thriller, a nail-biting, at-the-edge-of-your-seat spy thriller. So that's a little bit different from what we've seen in the Star Wars universe so far.
Oh, yeah. We also have the official trailer release of The Mandalorian Season 3. So we have Din Djarin and Grogu reunited. If you haven't seen the Book of Boba, spoiler alert, Mando and Grogu are reunited. And so they continue their journey through the lawless galaxy. And so this does look really good. There's a part of me, though, that I'm kind of flip-floppy on whether or not Grogu should have joined back with Mando. Grogu should have stayed with Luke and done his training, and then we kind of don't know what happens to Grogu after he does his training at Luke's Jedi Temple, and we follow Din Djarin on his continued journey as doing his Mandalorian things. I don't know.
I think that they found that there's not much of a show without Baby Grogu. Together with Din Djarin.
I don't know. I beg to differ. Because the seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian were leading up to getting Grogu reunited with his own kind and return him to a Jedi so he can, be with his own people. And that's seasons 1 and 2. 2 episodes of the Book of Boba wipes all that clean. I thought, seasons 1 and 2 were great, but I think season 3 and more could have picked up differently. I don't know. So I'm a little back on that boat of like, you know what? It's cool to see them both back together. They have this love relationship that you can just see and feel and that you really appreciate. But at the same time, from a storytelling perspective, I'm like, I kind of wish... You
want to see new stories. You want to see different stories. I get it.
Because I feel like you could do what this trailer does show. It shows Mando, he's no longer considered a Mandalorian. He has to earn his title once again. And now he has this conflict with Bo-Katan, who seems to be very angry at his quote-unquote cult, this faction of Mandalorians. And so you could do all that without Baby Grogu. So...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would it be as cute?
It wouldn't be as cute, but, from a storytelling perspective, I think it would have worked very well. And maybe for the better. Who knows? I don't know. But I am still looking forward to it.
Yeah, and now that you say that, Baby Yoda is going to come after you and haunt you in your dreams and all of that.
Bring it on.
You? How dare you, James?
Talking about, how dare you? We are seeing this new series called Tales of the Jedi with Count Dooku, a young Count Dooku, showing the rise and fall of the Jedi, who was the master of Qui-Gon Jinn. And so we have this animated version from the creators of the Clone Wars series. It shows Dooku trying to bring balance to the Force, and so that's gonna be really cool. It's also going to be showing the origins of Ahsoka, so that's gonna be really cool as well. And that leads perfectly to the Ahsoka series. We see Rosario Dawson reprising her role as Ahsoka, and so she is going to be donning the cloak and wielding the double sabers, and so that's really cool too. I'm looking forward to that as well. Can't wait to see real footage for that.
And Jude Law and Skeleton Crew, which I never thought that Jude Law would be joining the Star Wars universe, so that's going to be interesting as well.
Yeah, so I guess the Skeleton Crew is a story of 4 kids who find themselves lost in the vastness of the galaxy trying to find their way home, and as a special surprise, Jude Law, as you mentioned, joined Favreau and Dave Filoni when they announced the project, greeting fans at D23. So, yeah, that's basically the most, the things I'm most excited for when it comes to Star Wars, Marvel. A couple other things that were announced during D23. Do you like the National Treasure series with Nick Cage?
Okay, so you're going to hate me.
Oh, no.
But, no, I've never seen them.
Oh, they're so good, especially the first one. Like, it really is really good. Like, story, Nick Cage is awesome in it. And, part 2 is also good as well. But I think number 1 holds up as a classic. Like, it's just a really fun adventure, like, history story. I kind of put it in the same kind of field of as The Mummy, starring Brendan Fraser. And so it's just fun. It feels very Indiana Jones-like. So if you like Indiana Jones, and if you like The Mummy, I think you'll really enjoy A National Treasure. But they did announce that a series is coming to Disney Plus, and so I am interested in that. So I will definitely check that out. We also got a teaser trailer for The Little Mermaid, starring Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry, Halle Bailey as the Little Mermaid. So that was a little glimpse of her, doing her song of Part of Your World. And so that's really cool. So looking forward to that as well. Let me just say, Disney Plus, Disney in general, is killing it with the original content. Like, it's this is just, we touched on Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Little Mermaid, National Treasure. They talked about so many other unrelated projects that Disney is just pumping out, and I can't think of, Netflix, of course, has original content, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Hulu, they all have original content, but the sheer amounts that Disney is creating, it's actually pretty unbelievable.
Well, think about the amount of money that they're bringing in, James. They own everything.
That helps.
You know how much it costs to go to Disney World now? Like, you can't...
An arm and a leg.
Yeah. Like, you can barely go as one single person. You can't even imagine a family of 4 or more. But, just between the theme parks, between all of the media content, between the conglomerates, like, they've got enough money to get it done. So we appreciate the content. We appreciate the entertainment. But what are they taking from us, James?
Our money.
What are they taking?
Our souls.
Yeah.
Our morals.
Exactly.
I'm kidding. No, but it is very interesting to see if and how other streaming services are going to be responding to this. Can they keep up with this amount of content? Like, Netflix is notorious for launching a show, launching a series, it being very popular, but then just cutting it after seasons 1 or 2 or 3. And so they're known for doing that. Whereas Disney Plus, again, there are some shows that may not be a hit, so they're going to judge it. But for the most part, they're spitting out shows with a long-term plan, long-term goal, and to get people subscribed and stay subscribed on Disney Plus. So incredible, crazy stuff that they're doing.
And Netflix losing subscribers, not having enough money to keep, I think, the pace of creation going. Yeah.
I can imagine, like, down the road, Disney buying Netflix or Disney buying Hulu or what have you. It's insane. So and again, they'll be one step closer just to owning everything in our lives. All hail Mickey.
All right, James, and as always, it is our mission here on the Hub on Hollywood to get you into the next big blockbuster, into the next Netflix series, into the next show that is filming here and around Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. We are so-called Hollywood East because we are bringing those A-listers. And every single year we have more and more amazing projects like Black Panther. So we need more MCU. We need more Star Wars. If you're listening, come.
Get on down. Come on down. We got plenty of space over here.
Exactly. Beautiful locales, etc., etc. So why don't we kick it off? Now, an interesting project starring Paul Bettany of Paul Bettany.
WandaVision.
There we go. Remind
MCU,
me.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Vision. Yes, Vision of WandaVision. Paul Bettany is filming a project called The Collaboration.
Oh, that's cool.
And it is Boston Casting that is handling that one. So Boston Casting is handling a number of interesting projects, including Season 2 of Julia, which is the life of Julia Childs. They've now got the Collaboration and a number of other projects. So in order to get updates about what they're looking for in terms of background actors, you're going to want to go to bostoncasting.com, sign up there, and get the emails right to your inbox so that you can be in the collaboration with Vision, Paul Bettany, or in Julia, Season 2 of Julia.
Yeah, and another shout out for Paul Bettany. If you haven't seen A Knight's Tale starring Heath Ledger,
oh wow,
the great Heath Ledger, A Knight's Tale, fantastic movie. It holds up so well, so much fun. I put it in the same category of like rewatchability when it comes to The Mummy, National Treasure, just so many good movies that are just fun, adventure kind of that vibe, that feeling. Mm-hmm. So go Paul. Yeah, welcome to Boston. Boston Casting, they are looking for also a female golfer for a commercial. They're looking for a female golfer between in their 20s or 30s who is fit, athletic. This shoots the week of September 26th. It will likely be a one-day shoot in the Boston area. Pays $1,500. So if you're a golfer, you can get paid to do what you love.
Nice.
So submit your contact information, cell, email, photos of yourself, your golf experience, golf handicap. Send all that to Boston Casting Summer Project at gmail.com. In the subject, put female golfer / your name. Do you golf?
Oh, very badly.
Very badly. I stick to the miniature field.
Yes.
I'm very good.
Ditto. Yeah.
There.
Nobody wants to get, a concussion from me. So
no.
Exactly. So Boston Casting is also working on an Untitled Novelist project, which is also a feature film. So that's just one of the other projects that Boston Casting is working on. CP Casting is looking for girls aged 18 to 22 for background extra work on a TV series. Now, they're sending this out for Billy Dowd. Billy Dowd Casting. I love Billy. I just want to take a second. Billy Dowd. He is old school. He doesn't do, he picks up the phone every time you call and you talk to Billy. He's an incredible guy, very charismatic. Anyways, Billy Dowd Casting. Billy. CP helping them out, sending out this notification. They're looking for girls 18 to 22 years old. Young women, though you must legally be 18. You have to be at least 18, but look younger than 18, okay? Because they want you to portray high schoolers for featured background extra work on an AMC series called Invitation to a Bonfire, starring Tatiana Maslany. This is a period piece, a psychological thriller set in the 1930s at an all-girls boarding school in New Jersey. Interesting script, I think.
Oh, very cool.
So 1930s, you need to have shorter hair, and the requirements are pretty restrictive. You need to be on the smaller, slimmer side. If this sounds like you and you're available late September into mid-October, you're going to want to send a photo of yourself and resume if you have it. As you look today, make sure that these are very recent pictures. go to the link cpcasting.com/ITAB extras. So that's cpcasting.com/ITABEB extras for that role.
All right, and my last one, Boston Casting, they are looking for a blonde, middle-aged man with acting experience for a TV series. They're looking for men 55 to 60 years old, blonde hair, slim build, between 5'8", 5'9", and around 150, 160 pounds. And this shoots on October 4th. Through the 18th, so that's a pretty good stretch. This pays $219 a day, which includes rehearsals and shooting. So if you are a blonde male between 55, 60, 5'8" to 5'9", slim build, submit your information, headshot, photo, resume, bio, send that to Boston Casting Submit 5, the number 5, Boston Casting Submit 5 at gmail.com. In the subject line, put blonde actor / your name.
Perfect. And the one last one that I want to mention, that I mention every week because it's kind of awesome that they're filming here right now. Yeah. Kendall Cooper Casting is handling background casting for the Madam Web film. So this is the latest venture into the Spider-Verse, into the Sony Spider-Verse. So it's a Sony film. It's not necessarily directly connected to the MCU. But they are filming Madam Web, starring Dakota Johnson. Adam Scott is also in it, playing a highly talked about role, though nobody knows exactly who he is yet. There's lots of rumors going around. So exciting stuff there. And that is Kendall Cooper Casting. You're going to want to go to kendallcoopercasting.com to sign up for that one.
All right, and speaking about exciting stuff, I know everybody has been waiting for this movie to be remade and to be made into live action, and that movie is, of course, Pinocchio.
Please, okay, so James, they need to stop. They need to stop.
Oh, speaking about needing to stop, did you hear they're making Mufasa, the Lion King story?
Why?
Stop it.
Just come on, people.
Stop it.
It's enough. It's enough, honestly. Like,
you feel the same way with Pinocchio?
God, the Jungle Book was really creepy, and it just doesn't work, people. You're scaring my kids. Please.
It sometimes works. It does depend. I would say I think people enjoyed the live action Cinderella. I did enjoy the Jungle Book. I thought it added more to the story. What else? What else did they work on? Not much else, but yeah. So it's not a great track record, but no. Pinocchio, I guess, doesn't fall in line.
I wanted to love Pinocchio. Okay, so minor spoilers here, guys. Minor spoilers if you haven't seen Pinocchio yet on Disney Plus.
To a nearly
remake starring 100... Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear Tom Hanks, James, right? And what do you think?
Robert Zemeckis. You think gold?
Yeah.
Magic.
You think absolute gold. There is nothing that Tom Hanks can touch that isn't awesome, that isn't just, a classic, instant classic, and everything that he does is amazing, right? Look, that's still true. He acted his patootie off, okay? His patootie. I love Tom Hanks. But who are the other characters in Pinocchio, right? There's the cricket, and there's Pinocchio, and then there's the little cat, and all of that, so... Obviously, the cricket is the narrator, and he's the one who leads you on this magical journey through the story of Pinocchio. But 5 seconds into this film, James, 5 seconds, my reaction is, I hate the cricket. I hate him. I cannot stand the cricket. The cricket is awful. Not only
played
is it...
by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I'm so sorry. Oh, is that George? I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, no. I love
JGL.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But I also would love him when he doesn't look like a very terrifying, creepy CGI character. So this grasshopper, has a very weird, segmented, ugly face, uncanny valley eyes. He has a human body. It works in the cartoon. But not so much when you try to make him a realistic CGI character. He just has this weird this creepy, very humanistic human body with hands and feet, and it just doesn't work. And he creeps around, and the nah, it
freaking
just
you out.
Instantly creeped out, by that. Very hard for me to look at. And then, Pinocchio was done fairly well, I think. Pinocchio, the actual CGI Pinocchio was done very well. The cat's very unrealistic. Like, the CG work in this movie is just, it is not appealing to the eye.
Yeah.
It is not appealing to the eye. It takes me instantly out of it. I can't even stand to look at the cricket. So I tried to give this movie a chance, and every scene where Tom Hanks is Geppetto and doing his Geppetto thing, it's awesome. He is lifting the weight of the world on his shoulders with his acting and his incredible prowess. But it's just not enough to save Pinocchio. I'm sorry.
Did your kids like it?
No.
Oh, okay. Those are the true reviewers, yeah.
Yeah, they were very confused. They also didn't like The Jungle Book. My son was traumatized by The Jungle Book and The Lion King. They were both too hyper realistic and scary for them. So my advice, okay, I'm sorry to anybody who did like it, just stick with the cartoons, man.
Have your kids seen the original one? The original.
No, but now he's interested in seeing the original one. I told him, buddy, the original is so much better. Like, let me show it to you. So I
feel like if and when I have kids, I want to introduce them to the Disney classics, the cartoon versions of The Lion King, Jungle Book, Pinocchio, and then if they're interested more, then show them the live action ones, because those are gold. Those are top tier Disney classics for a reason.
Yeah,
and so they should appreciate that. The first time around. Yeah, that's what I think.
You know what? That's really a great idea, and I've done the absolute backwards opposite of that, because the movies are coming out now, as I have the kids. And it's more like we go and we watch the remake, and my children get traumatized, and I'm like, look, buddy, this is awful, but let's watch the original. It's a lot better. So it's kind of ass backwards. I think I would rather your way.
Well, let us know what you think. Did you like Pinocchio? Again, we will not ever lie to you. Our noses are not growing.
Yeah.
We are honest and truthful with our reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie is not a big fan, but let us know what you think. Comment down below. Also, what are your thoughts on D23? What are you most excited for? Can you believe the amount of content that Disney is just spitting out at us? Mm-hmm. Also, the casting calls. If you fit any of those descriptions, go ahead and apply or reach out to Boston Casting or any of the other casting agencies. If you know anybody, a family or friend that meets those descriptions or requirements, send them a link to this episode. Get them on the small screen, the big screen, and everything in between. We are here to service local filmmakers, local actors. So if you are working in the New England area and want to hop on the Hub on Hollywood, let us know. Shoot us an email at hubonhollywood@gmail.com. You can also follow us on all the social medias at Hub on Hollywood on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Did I say Instagram? We're on every social media platform there is. So give us a follow, give us some love, and we will return the favor. But
That's right.
Pretty busy stuff.
That's very busy stuff. So we got to a lot there. And like James said, find us, join the conversation. We will give you a shout out on the next Hub on Hollywood. But until next week, when we bring you even more late breaking information and amazing casting calls, I will continue to be Jamie.
And I will continue to be James.
And we will see you then. All right.
Bye.
Bye.